In the beginning of the anime, we are shown Nick. Nick was a simple, poor boy. He was just a 2-month-old baby. When he was adopted by the leader of the Adventurers Guild, he grew up among the guild people. He saw their training. He watched their fights, and slowly, he too became an adventurer like them. Now Nick had turned 16 years old, a bit playful, a bit carefree. And the most special thing was that his engagement with the most beautiful girl in the city was already fixed. Life seemed completely set. But one day everything turned upside down. Nick's adoptive father sits him down and says, "Seriously, the time for fun is over, son. I adopted you when you were a small child, but now you've grown up. Now you have to depend on yourself." Nick is a little confused. But his father continues, "So from today, you are not only expelled from home, but also from the guild." Hearing this, Nick literally freezes. His face goes completely pale. It's raining, and Nick sits alone in a corner, completely drenched, absolutely hopeless. Only his father's words are spinning in his mind. The one I always considered my hero, my everything. He broke everything in a single moment. But after a while, Nick controls himself. He thinks, "I can't change anything by crying. Arguing is useless. I will prove to everyone that I can achieve something even alone." After that, Nick decides that first he will meet his lover. He will tell her everything. He goes to her house. He calmly explains the whole story, and with a slight smile says, "Whatever happens, are you with me? That's enough for me." Nick was thinking that at least his lover would support him, but the complete opposite of his expectations happened. As soon as Nick told her the truth, that girl disappeared from before his eyes in an instant, absolutely without saying anything, without looking back. For Nick, this was another blow. It seemed as if misfortune just wouldn't leave him alone. The one he trusted his whole life also abandoned him today. He thinks, perhaps she was never my real love. But even thinking this, the pain in his heart doesn't lessen. After such a big shock, Nick was completely broken. He didn't understand what to do now. Where to go? How to start? Meanwhile, a girl is passing by there. She sees Nick so sad and stops right there and asks, "Hey, are you okay?" Nick doesn't answer. The girl still smiles and says, "I am an artist. I have a concert this evening. If you come, perhaps your pain will lessen a little." Saying this, the girl leaves from there and doesn't even tell her name. At first, Nick thinks, "Why should I go? What's the benefit?" But after a little while, he convinces himself, "Let me try it once. Maybe I'll feel a little lighter." In the evening, Nick goes to see the concert. Hearing the music, the burden on his heart starts to lighten a little. At the end of the show, he feels a slight relief. After that, Nick decides that he will restart his life, and the first step is to form his own adventure team. He goes to the Adventure Guild. He sees the fame. He talks to people. But the problem was this. No one wanted to join his team. Everyone was avoiding him. No one trusted him. Nick was starting to feel that perhaps starting anew was impossible for him. Feeling sad, he goes to a tavern, drinks a little, just trying to forget his pain. Then, he hears the waiter's voice. 3 guests don't have a place. Everyone has come alone. So seat them at that lonely boy's table. That lonely boy was, of course, Nick. After a little while, several people come to his table. First, a sorceress. Second, a priest. And third, shockingly, a dragon who was in human form. We find out that Nick wasn't the only broken person. But the other 3 people sitting at the table were also similarly shattered from the heart. Nick was sitting silently lost in thought. He was so tired that he wasn't even feeling the presence of those people. Remembering every mistake, every failure, again and again, he had mentally collapsed. The most pain was from the fact that he couldn't even form a small team. He didn't understand what to do in life now. A little tired, a little defeated, Nick picked up his cup and drank it all in one go. And as soon as he drank and put the cup down, all the people there spoke together. "Now we won't trust anyone." At the same time, the same line from everyone's mouth. Seeing this coincidence, they all look at each other in surprise. It turned out that everyone's wound was of the same kind. They were all broken by some betrayal in their lives. After a little while of silent silence, they decided that if they shared their stories, the burden would lighten a little. Everyone liked this idea, and the first one to tell her story was Tiana, who was a powerful sorceress. Tiana says that she was the top student of the Magic Academy. Every year she had to get the first rank among all the students studying with her. It was her responsibility. The teachers were very proud of her, and Tiana herself was also happy for 2 reasons. She says that she had 2 reasons for her happiness. First, she was achieving one success after another in her life. And second, she was engaged to the boy she loved the most in the world. His name was Alex. Tiana loved him so much, perhaps more than she loved herself. She went to meet him at the same restaurant where they often spent time, but as soon as she reached there, her senses were stunned. Alex was sitting with another girl. Tiana pretended as if nothing had happened. She went and sat right next to him. In a completely usual manner, she asked lovingly, "Is everything okay? Why are you late today? You didn't even come to pick me up from school." But Alex suddenly got angry and said, "Why should I have come? Do you want me to see you getting praised in front of the teacher again?" "Stop it, Tiana. Everyone knows you are the best. No one is like you." Tiana didn't understand his behavior at all. She started talking about her day, trying to act normal. But Alex had no interest at all. A completely cold reaction. Then the girl sitting next to him said in a rude and attitude-filled tone, "My name is Luna. I am from a very rich family, and I am also older than you." Not only that, she insulted Tiana by calling her a poor girl. Before Tiana could understand anything, Alex interrupted. He said angrily, "I've heard, Tiana, that you bully Luna at school." Tiana was absolutely stunned hearing Alex's words. She immediately tried to explain that nothing like that had happened. But before listening to even one of her words, Alex interrupted her again. He said angrily, "People make fun of me. Tiana, everyone says you are talented, intelligent, and I am just a useless person to them." Hearing these things, Tiana starts breaking down even more. But Alex doesn't stop there. He says one last thing. "We are not on the same level, and I have decided. I am breaking off the engagement with you and will marry Luna. You live your life somewhere far away." Just these words struck Tiana's heart like lightning. She was so shocked that she couldn't utter a single word. She got up quietly and left from there. Absolutely without saying anything, Tiana, broken with pain, reaches the magic library. Sitting in a corner there, she is just thinking. What was her mistake? Why did this happen to her? The pain was so deep that Tiana decided she would leave the entire city to forget that cheater because she lived alone. In another city, she had to work herself, earn money herself. She rented a small house. Now she just needed to find a job. But when she went out to look for a job, she was rejected everywhere. People said that she was a girl from a reputed family. What does this girl understand about hard work? Physical work is not something she can handle. Wandering from one city to another with this pain and exhaustion, Tiana reached Clearing City. But there too, she didn't get any work. Finally, she thought she would start a small gambling business with the last money she had left. Maybe some income would come. But luck didn't support her anywhere. That business also failed, and she lost whatever little she had. Now Tiana was completely broken. No money for rent, nothing to eat, even trouble for water. Her future seemed completely dark, and in this deteriorating condition, she reached that restaurant, right where Nick was sitting, and the rest of the story, everyone already knows. This is where Tiana's story ends. Everyone started feeling really bad for her. Now it was Jem's turn. The pain was clearly visible on his face. He starts speaking slowly. Jem says that he used to live in Medical Hub City and he was a famous priest there. He healed people with herbs, and sometimes used magic too. Whether in the city or in his community, his status was very high. Everyone respected him, praised him. Not only that, he also taught small children how to heal people with herbs, how recipes are made so that they could one day become healers like him. Once, Jem was teaching a small girl. He cared for her a lot, as if she were his own daughter. Whatever the girl asked for, Jem would give it to her. But Jem had never thought that this small girl would ruin his entire life. One day that girl came to Jem's house and confessed her feelings. She said she wanted to marry Jem. Jem was shocked and said that she was still young. A child who still has to grow up, learn, and one day find the person who is right for her. Jem asked her to leave because it was getting late, and he didn't want her parents to worry about her. The girl got very angry at Jem's words and left from there. Jem thought that now everything was over. But Jem had never imagined that this girl would take revenge in the worst way. The next morning, Jem woke up and heard the villagers shouting and cursing outside his house. When he opened the door, that girl was standing there, clothes torn and telling everyone that Jem had tried to do something wrong with her. What a terrible lie it was. This lie was as twisted as her mind. Jem couldn't prove his innocence and the villagers sent him to jail for 3 months. When Jem was released from jail, he was told that he should leave the city now. He had no choice because everyone hated him so much that it was hard to even imagine. After that day, Jem decided that he would leave his entire life and everything he had ever loved. He left the whole city and went to a friend who lived in a neighboring city. After staying for a few days, he was thinking that he would find a way to settle somewhere else. That friend told him about the city of Lebna, where he could start a new life. But upon reaching there, Jem didn't know how to start. He had become an old priest whose name and reputation were ruined due to rumors. And that priest's life was also so ruined. Jem, ending his story, said that this was all, and the rest they already knew how he reached here. Nick thought that hearing others' sorrows made his own problems feel a little lighter. Now they were about to hear the third girl, Karen's story. But before that, everyone fainted due to drinking too much. Thus, that day ended in this condition. The next morning, Nick woke up and saw that the same 3 people were sleeping in the same room with him who were at his table last night. Surprised, Nick said to them, "Get up, let's get out of here," and asked how these people came into his room. But Tiana sharply replied that Nick should be the one to leave because they were actually in Tiana's room. Then the 3 went downstairs. At that time, an idea came to Nick's mind. He would go to the Adventure Guild and form his team. Now he had 3 powerful companions, and with their strength, these 4 people together could form an extraordinary team. Everyone's role was perfect. A healer, a mage, a warrior, and a herbalist. If these people formed a team, it would truly be an unforgettable group. Nick told them that all 4 of them are broken in every way, and everyone had decided at one point that they would never trust anyone again. But now, if they want to survive for a new life, they have to trust each other. Nick said they have to stand together and by forming their team, dominate the field. All the people agree with great excitement and say that they will support Nick and never leave him. After that, they all come together to the guild to officially request to form their team. The guild master, seeing Nick, says, "I remember you were in the team named Lords of War." To which Nick says, "Yes, I was in that team, but they kicked me out. And now, I am forming my own team." The guildmaster says, "There's no problem in that. Just tell me what you want to name your team." Nick tells him, "Our team's name will be Survivors because we have all faced many difficulties in our lives but still never gave up." After hearing this, all the members like the name very much, and they say, "You chose the absolutely perfect name because it describes our story correctly." After that, everyone sits in one place, and Nick says, "So that we don't have any problems in the future, we should make some rules for ourselves, and we will decide these rules together." Then Tiana suggests a rule that the first rule should be that no one will interfere in anyone's personal matters, and everyone can work according to their own will. Then Jem says that whatever money we earn will be divided equally among all members. Then Karen says that the third rule should be that whenever we take a mission, no one will recklessly endanger their life so that we can all return safely together. After hearing this, everyone agrees that these 3 rules are absolutely correct and fair for everyone. After that, it is decided who will handle the responsibility of the team's treasury. Then everyone starts thinking that if we are ever not here, someone might steal money from the treasury. But Nick reminds them that we have already seen many difficulties in our lives, and because of this, it's hard for us to trust anyone. Then Nick says that before forming the team, we all decided that we will trust each other completely, and no matter what happens, none of us will ever break anyone's trust. After hearing this, everyone says that Nick is right and they agree with him. Everyone agrees that from today, no one will ever doubt each other. After that, their day ends there. The next day, they all start completing quests in the guild to increase their rank. In their missions, they have to face everything from hostile humans to monsters. Among these monsters is a strange creature named Slimy, which can absorb anything it touches. The leader warns them that if Slimy isn't killed quickly, it can even swallow a human whole. Then suddenly Tiana gets trapped inside that slime and falls down. Seeing this, she gets filled with anger and without thinking runs to attack that creature. Tiana's attack didn't hit the slime at all. Rather, it was about to hit Karen directly. But Karen reacted in time and saved her. Then suddenly, with Karen's help, a flash of lightning comes out, which blocks that strike. Karen says angrily to Tiana, "Calm down and get your focus back." Tiana immediately says sorry and says that she had no such intention. She explains that she had accidentally cast a new spell on the creature. But Karen doesn't quite believe her words and feels a little hurt inside. and also becomes a little jealous. After this incident, the tension between the two of them within the team becomes clearly visible. Then, without any warning, an even bigger slime appears before them. Nick is about to explain something, but Tiana again runs to attack without thinking. With one powerful strike, she tears that big slime into pieces. After that, everyone starts cleaning the slime parts and dirt from their clothes. Then Nick scolds her and says, "You acted very recklessly." Nick says that killing the monster was necessary, but risking your life was absolutely not worth it. They're all sitting in one place talking about their abilities. Tiana says that she has to believe in the light. But first, they need to understand each other's abilities well. Hearing this, everyone agrees that if they have to form a team, they must share their strengths and weaknesses so they can support each other. Then Nick, taking the lead, says that his weapon is completely offensive type and he is a skilled fighter. He tells everyone that you all either have magic or healing abilities. Therefore, we have to tell everything, our strong points and weak points openly, so that we can all trust each other. After that, Jem speaks. He says, "I trust you all." He tells that his biggest weakness is strong physical attacks. Although he can heal himself with his recovery magic against swords and physical blows, he becomes completely powerless. Then Tiana steps forward and goes to Karen and apologizes again for her mistake from the previous day. She tells everyone that her specialty is wind and water magic. Sometimes she also uses lightning and earth spells, but in ice magic, she is still just a beginner. At the same time, she also accepts that fire and earth elements are her biggest weaknesses, because these spells affect her quite badly. Hearing this, the group becomes silent for a moment. Then Karen says calmly, "I forgive you," and lights a small flame on her hand to make Tiana feel warm. After this, Karen shares a truth with everyone. She reveals that she is actually a dragon, and her greatest strength is her powerful fire. Karen clearly states that she has only one weakness: water. After this, all the team members become completely open with each other. Now no one is hiding their abilities or weaknesses. A little while later, they all set out on their next mission, where they have to face goblin tribes inside the forest. Goblins alone are quite weak, but when they attack in groups, defeating them becomes very difficult. They attack all together, sometimes jumping alone. But still, the team together kills all those goblins. After killing each monster, they take out its horn, which they later show as proof at the guild to get the reward. Then Tiana feels that a very big goblin is hiding somewhere nearby. She makes a plan that she will distract it with her spell, and the rest of the team will support her. Everyone starts moving according to her plan. Anna and Karen keep exchanging signals and short comments quickly, so the timing remains perfect. Then suddenly, a goblin giant appears in front of them, and behind it is a group of small goblins too. It attacks without warning. The team shakes for a second due to the noise and their non-stop attacks, but they don't stop fighting. Karen immediately activates her flaming sword and charges straight at that giant. Karen attacks from the right side, then from the left side, strikes with such tremendous force that the giant falls down hard. Thus, their mission is successfully completed. As the mission ends, everyone starts collecting the goblin's horns. During this, Karen takes something out of her pocket and looks at it with a sad gaze. Clear sadness is visible in her eyes. Meanwhile, Nick is picking up a slain goblin's horn and his hand slips. He accidentally falls straight onto Karen. Due to the fall, the pendant in Karen's hand falls down and breaks. Nick immediately apologizes and says that he had no intention of falling. But Karen gets very angry. Then she starts telling her story. She says that one day when she was passing through the marketplace, her eyes fell on a very beautiful necklace. The necklace was so beautiful that her mind immediately got stuck on it. But the problem was that the necklace was very expensive, and Karen didn't have that much money. So, feeling a little sad, she started to leave. But as soon as she turned, the merchant stopped her and accused her of scratching the necklace. Therefore, you will have to pay for it. Hearing all this, Karen was shocked and swore that she hadn't done anything. But that merchant still persisted. He started saying, "Okay, I show you my great kindness and give you this necklace at half price." Then at that very moment, a young boy named Chris enters the shop. He directly tells the merchant, "I know you are a fraud." He revealed that the necklace was already broken, and the merchant was fooling customers by switching it. Chris clearly said that it wasn't the girl's fault. And if you don't give an undamaged necklace, I will expose you in front of everyone so that your reputation is completely ruined and no one will buy anything from you. Hearing all this, the merchant got scared, and without escalating the matter, he gives them a necklace. After that, Karen leaves from there with Chris, and on the way both start getting to know each other well while talking. Karen was so happy that her heart filled with respect for Chris. Even after returning home, she kept thinking about him, and slowly she realized that perhaps feelings for Chris were developing in her heart. Karen had a very rare gem called the Dragon Heart Jewel, which was given to her by her tribe's leader, and it was her most precious thing. With all her trust, Karen told Chris everything about it. One day, Karen encountered a very large and dangerous beast, but she easily defeats it. She was happy because now she was going to join Chris's team, which already had some adventurers. Then they accepted a big quest in which they had to fight a very huge serpent. Karen was told that to join the team, she would have to defeat this serpent alone. Only then could she prove her worth. When the other team members saw how dangerous the fight had become, they all also immediately came to help Karen. That snake turned out to be stronger than they thought. During the fight, it seemed like the snake was only targeting Karen. And as soon as Karen felt something was wrong, the snake sprayed its poisonous venom on her. Karen screamed in pain and fell to the ground, calling out to Chris for help. But Chris scolded her and said, "You are absolutely stupid. Because when a snake is cornered, it always sprays its venom on the person standing closest so that it can escape." Then he also reveals that he had deliberately used Karen as bait so that the snake would attack her and get tired and die, which would make their team's name go even higher in the guild. What a dirty and deceitful man he was. Words fall short for such cruelty. Karen was still requesting him to save her life, but Chris didn't listen to a single word of hers and left her there to die with his team. After a while, Karen regained consciousness and didn't understand how she survived. The poison hadn't killed her, but when she found out that Chris had stolen the Dragon Heart Jewel while running away, Karen was shouting that the jewel was her most beloved thing. It was a gift from her tribe's leader. She would never forgive Chris. When Karen returned home, she saw that Chris had come back and stolen all her weapons and belongings too. Seeing all this, Karen dissolved into even more shock. After that day, Karen was completely broken. Her only goal remained to find Chris and take back everything of hers, especially her precious jewel. She kept searching for Chris everywhere, but she never found him. At that time, Karen also needed money to survive, so she went to a tavern to rest for a while. It was there that she first met those people. Karen said that this was her entire story. Became very emotional hearing her words and started feeling guilty that he had broken her necklace. Nick immediately started looking for another similar necklace so that he could replace her broken necklace. He was feeling a lot of regret, even though it was an accident. Then suddenly, Nick met his old friend Agatha. After a long time, both met and sitting together. Nick told her everything about how he left his old team and joined a new team. He also tells how Karen's necklace accidentally broke, and now he is looking for its replacement. Agatha laughs and tells Nick, first ask Karen if she even wants such a necklace. Maybe she likes something completely different. Otherwise, you will work hard for no reason and bring the wrong thing. She advised Nick to definitely ask Karen about her preference before doing anything. Nick accepted her advice and reached the market looking for Karen. There, Karen told him that instead of wandering around, he should sit with her and eat something for a while. Karen was talking to him jokingly in a lighthearted manner. Nick was thinking how this girl could smile so lovingly even after so many troubles, as if she didn't care at all about being naturally broken. Nick was also surprised to see her such a light-hearted reaction. Both were walking together. So Nick hesitantly said that he feels very bad about the necklace breaking and he wants to make up for it in some way. He asked if Karen wanted him to bring a new necklace for her, or if she had any other wish. Karen smiles and says she doesn't want anything from Nick. Hearing this, Nick was a little surprised, but both kept talking, joking, and slowly the whole atmosphere became light, as if the necklace incident had never happened. At night, the whole team spends good time together sitting in the tavern. And there Karen tells Nick that for the first time after the pendant broke, she felt completely safe and comfortable with her team. That girl tells Nick that this pendant was reminding her of her old lover who betrayed her and because of whom she lost trust in people. But now looking at this pendant, she was feeling a strange peace. Nick gives a slight laugh and thinks, well, she finally said it. The next day, everyone goes to the Adventure Guild, where they are told about the new mission. The guildmaster tells them that there is a rumor of a sacred sword being in a place. You all have to go there and bring back the sword at any cost. Nick asks, what if the sword isn't found there? The guildmaster says, if it's not found, you will return and get 300 coins as a reward. Hearing such a big reward, everyone immediately agrees to the mission. Then they all start their journey and reach the place where the sword was said to be. As soon as they step inside the hall, a bright light starts shining in the entire hall.
Ow.
And a hidden camera is silently observing them. Suddenly, the path in front of them gets blocked by large stones. But Nick is confident and says it's not really closed. He slowly moves forward and stands in front of the wall, and then the wall slowly opens, and a door's path appears in front. The hidden camera was silently following them. They enter inside a very large chamber, and suddenly a strange voice asks them, who are you people? Tiana uses her detection magic to check if there is any trap or hidden figure, but she doesn't find anything. Seeing this, Tiana feels a little uneasy. The light turns on again, and the same voice is heard again. It says, I know how many difficulties you all have faced to reach here, and now you have to claim me. And the voice reveals its true identity. It is a sacred sword. Hearing this, everyone is shocked because they had no expectation that a sword would talk to them. The sword tells them that a spirit lives inside it, so it can think, speak, and it is also called the Sword of Bond. It also says that whoever possesses this sword will get legendary power. But all of them are more worried about the sword's words and its reward. Then, the sacred sword stops them and says, there is one thing you people don't know. It asks them, have you ever thought why I've been locked here for so many years? Then the sword tells the truth. The guild people themselves had sealed it here by lying. They had said that this confinement would help it find its new master, but the real reason was that no one wanted anyone to ever use this sword again. Hearing this, Nick says, I can understand your situation, but we have to take you back for the reward. As soon as everyone picks up their weapons, a strange energy surrounds them. The air sword warns them that the guardian system has been activated. If even a slight mistake is made, perhaps they will be killed right here. And then a guardian beast comes out from the shadows and strikes the ground with its massive hand, with such force that the entire floor starts shaking. The floor starts shaking rapidly and everyone jumps into the air. Then Tiana calmly tells Nick, calm down. Slow down. But Karen goes straight towards that monster and attacks. But that creature is no less dangerous. It immediately hits Karen straight in the stomach with an ice storm-like attack, because of which Karen gets badly injured. Seeing this, Nick gets completely filled with anger and starts attacking the monster with full force. But to his surprise, none of Nick's attacks work on that creature. The monster instead keeps making powerful attacks on him continuously, because of which Nick doesn't understand how to defeat it. Then Nick's sword talks to him and says, you cannot defeat this without my help. This creature can only be injured by a sacred blade like mine. As soon as Nick holds the sword, a strong power starts flowing through his whole body. Meanwhile, his companions try to get the escape route open, but the gate is completely sealed. The sword again tells Nick, focus on one of your friends and say Union. Choose Karen because she has extraordinary strength. Nick does just that, but nothing happens. Nick doubts the sword, wondering if it's lying. But the sword says that something strange is preventing their fusion. Then the monster makes another attack. Nick barely blocks that attack and cuts off a part of the monster. But as soon as that part falls to the ground, it becomes a separate small monster. Then the big creature makes a heavy attack, because of which Nick and all the others fall straight into a deep pit. There, a new anger fills everyone inside and they decide to fight again. Tiana freezes the monster completely with her ice magic, and Karen jumps back into the pit to get Nick out. But the monster breaks the ice and launches another tremendous attack. Then Tiana stands in front of the monster to buy some time, and Jem, seeing his energy, powers up both Karen and Nick. Nick's condition is already very bad. He can barely stand. He says to the sword, "This beast is very powerful. We will never be able to defeat it." When Nick saw Karen coming towards him, he shouted loudly for her to run away, take everyone else, and escape immediately. He didn't want anyone to get hurt because of him. But Karen clearly refused. She said she would never leave Nick. Just as they both came together, they would return together. Whether both survive or both die. Hearing this, Nick's heart truly melted. Despite being tired, he smiled slightly and started apologizing again for her broken pendant. Then his sword speaks up in between. "Now stop talking. Do what I told you before. This time it will definitely work." Nick decides to believe the sword's words. Meanwhile, Tiana is standing alone in front of the monster. She feels that perhaps this is the last moment of her life. That creature was ready to crush both Jem and Tiana. But then a huge attack comes and cuts the monster into 100 pieces in a single strike. Seeing this, everyone is stunned. Nick, Karen, and that legendary sword had finally fused together. Their combined strength was so great that they wiped out the entire monster in one attack. But as soon as the fight ends, both Nick and Karen fall down. They were both completely exhausted. All their energy was finished. And this was normal too, because what they did was not possible for anyone. Absolutely extraordinary time skips. And we see that the whole team has returned to the guild to return the legendary sword. The guild master looks at the sword carefully and says that something seems missing to her. Everyone laughs and says that this sword had been on a diet for a few days. Had lost almost 5 kilos, so what could be done? That's just how we found this sword. The guild master says with a slight smile that the sword doesn't look as powerful as I thought, but I will keep it in the guild and give you your reward. Still, she was secretly thinking, how is this possible? Wasn't this sword of legendary strength? But my friend Nick didn't give the real sword so easily. What really happened was that the spirit inside the real sword left the blade and went inside the boy standing behind them. Thus, the sword that the guild received was just a fake. Without any real energy, the new boy started speaking as if the sword was alive, and Nick's plan was about to be revealed to everyone. But Nick immediately interrupts and tells the guild, asks her that this is just a new member who has joined our team, and his name is Kazana. The guild master is a little surprised because his name matches the sword's name, but she doesn't say anything else and thanks them for completing the mission. After that, they all leave the guild, and officially Kazana becomes a member of the team. He always appeared in human form, but during battle, he would return to sword form, which Nick could wield freely. After that, they all go home and divide the reward equally according to their team's rule. Kazana also gets his share, and now that he had become a member of their team, they all start explaining their group's rules to him. Then they tell Kazana, let's celebrate the mission's success. But Kazana refuses and says he will go with Tiana on her personal journey. On the way, both start learning about each other's abilities. Keep laughing while talking to each other, and slowly both become so close as if they are very old friends. The day ends absolutely peacefully. Next morning, Nick wakes up a little annoyed because he had seen a bad dream about his past. After a little while, he meets the rest of the team, and they all decide to go on their next mission together. This time their target is a massive ogre. They all start planning together how to attack. But then suddenly, both Karen and Kazana, without waiting for the plan to start, run straight towards that ogre. Karen stops in between, but Kazana keeps moving towards the ogre without stopping at all. As soon as the ogre sees him, it immediately comes to attack Kazana. But it has absolutely no effect on Kazana. He was completely calm, as if these attacks have no meaning for him. Then Kazana easily blocks all its attacks, and then he creates his multiple copies which surround that ogre from all sides. After that, Kazana knocks down that big creature with one powerful strike, and the ogre faints in an instant. Seeing this, everyone is shocked at how unbelievable a fighter Kazana is. Nick also comes there and says, Kazana, you are truly amazing. But Nick himself feels that a strange weakness is coming over him. Even though he didn't even fight, then Kazana tells him that during the fight, he had taken a little energy from all the team members. Not permanently, just temporarily. As if everyone is fighting through him together. After hearing this, everyone becomes even more shocked and says that Kazana's multiple duplication ability is really extraordinary. Kazana says smilingly, "This is nothing." Then he reveals that he can also talk through telepathy. During battle time, he can send instructions without opening his mouth. Hearing this, everyone is completely stunned, and all agree that Kazana is no ordinary human. He is a legend in every sense. Then the scene changes and we see a man named Luna who is locked inside a dark jail. A guard comes inside to torture him, but the strange thing was that Luna was laughing there, as if he has no fear of anything. Then suddenly, an evil sword appears before him in a flash. The spirit inside it starts talking to Luna. That spirit tells Luna that she has come to merge with him and will give him her power for battle. This was indeed a very dangerous moment, because now Luna also had power like Kazana. At the same time, elsewhere, Kazana's team is sitting comfortably in a restaurant. Everyone was happy. The atmosphere was also light. Kazana is quietly wandering around nearby. But then, without any warning, a large, extremely fearsome tiger appears before them. And everyone immediately understands that this is no ordinary tiger. This was Luna, who is now merged with the evil sword. After that, the scene shifts to a gambling hall. Where the team is sitting, there a player loses money angrily and runs out. But as soon as he goes out, he sees people running inside backwards and shouting that a monster is coming. And then Luna enters there in his transformed form. Guards try to stop him, but Luna tells them, "Step aside. I don't want to harm anyone." Kamzor and tells the guard that he is here only for Nick. He says, "I only want Nick. And I will take him with me peacefully because Nick is the person who has the power of the Sword of Light daily." But the guards stop him and say he cannot go further. Hearing this, Luna charges at them angrily, and in one attack lifts and throws all the guards. Then he remembers the words of that evil sword that always kept saying something in his ear. That sword used to tell him, "Merge with me. You will get unstoppable power, like a legend." And that evil sword had also told Luna that you have to defeat the person who uses the Sword of Flight, and that was none other than Nick. After that, Luna goes to Tiana angrily and shouts at her, asking, "Are you part of that dog Nick's team?" He threatens Tiana, "Tell me, where is Nick? Otherwise, I will kill you right here." Tiana trembles with fear and says she has nothing to do with him. She just tries to buy time so that Nick gets some time because Tiana had understood that Luna is far more powerful than Nick. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Nick is standing with Kazana and sees that people around are running away panicked. Nick immediately understands that a monster must have arrived here. So without wasting time, he runs out from there to save everyone. There, Luna is threatening to kill Tiana. All the good moments spent with Nick come to Tiana's mind, and she resolves that no matter what happens, she will not tell Nick's location to Luna. Tiana throws a laughing gas-like thing in front of him to confuse him. She says, "I hate Nick as much as you do, and if I knew where he is, I would have told you first." Then she keeps talking more. Says we both are alike. Both of us have lost trust in humanity. And suddenly, in the same breath, Tiana picks up a lighting device and hits Luna on the head with full force. Luna screams in pain and faints right there. Tiana's move was very clever. She immediately runs to try to warn Nick. But Luna was not one to give up so easily. He regains consciousness quickly, lifts a big table, and throws it at Tiana with full force, knocking her to the ground. Tiana screams loudly in pain. Luna comes near her and says, "Whatever is happening is all your fault." Poor Tiana calls for help in a faint voice, but no one is there to help her. Then we see that Luna stands over her and takes out his sword to make a final attack. At the last second, Nick arrives there. He steps forward with absolutely calm steps and says, "You should have called me first." Then he looks at Luna and says, "Now get ready. Your end has come now." Different confidence is emanating from Nick's voice. Then both the sacred sword and the evil sword start speaking together. Their words make it absolutely clear that both swords have clashed many times in the past. The evil sword tells the sacred sword to back off, or you will be destroyed. But the sacred sword replies that today is not the day of our destruction, but of a test. Hearing this, Luna laughs and tells Nick to back off, or he will kill him right there too. But Nick doesn't listen to anyone. He just keeps moving forward with determination. Then suddenly the evil sword completely fuses with Luna, and a scary red light emanates from his body. The entire ground starts shaking violently, as if a big storm has started between them. Then Luna makes an explosive attack on Nick, with such force that anyone would get scared seeing it, but Nick barely dodges that attack. Then, he combines the power of Tiana and the Sword of Light. The combined power of the three moves towards Luna with tremendous energy, and they attack him with full intensity. But it has no effect on Luna at all. Tiana immediately calls her ice spirits and tries to freeze him, but Luna easily breaks those spirits and then, filled with anger, runs outside. There he starts destroying everything coming in his way. Because of his anger, many people get injured. But Luna doesn't stop at all. Nick and Tiana don't want to give him even a moment's respite. They create a big wall of ice panels around him again. Then the evil sword asks in a terrifying voice, "Will you surrender now?" But Luna remains completely silent. Only blind rage is filled in his eyes. Before Luna can move, a sharp ice panel pierces straight into Luna's body, because of which his blood starts flowing. The evil sword incites him further. Humans are liars. They left you in jail, kept waiting for you to die. Don't forget how much they hated you. Pour all your anger on them. Hearing these words, Luna's eyes start filling with red rage. He roars, because of which the entire ice wall shatters. Then he runs towards them like a mad animal. But Nick, Tiana, and their team were not ones to give up. Tiana immediately casts all the magical playing cards she had around her. These cards were such that they could even cancel magic. As soon as these cards touch Luna, the power of the evil sword stops, and he freezes there. Tiana smiles and tells Nick that these blank cards really saved us, and she never thought they would become the means of survival that day. Then the prison guards arrive and capture Luna again and take him back to his cell. He sits there quietly. There was sadness in his eyes, and old memories come to his mind. Like how many people betrayed him who once trusted him. Suddenly, Nick enters the prison cell. He tells Luna that he hasn't come to joke, but to tell him that there is still a lot of kindness hidden in his heart. Nick tells him that he too has had many battles like Luna's, but he never gave up. He says that he too chooses the path of good. He does what gives peace to his heart, and tells Luna that he should do the same. Walk on this path and believe that he will never regret it. Nick says further that when Luna leaves from here, he should start a new life. And one day he will pray for him to let go of his past pain and find peace. Luna becomes very emotional hearing his words. He tells Nick, "You are absolutely right, and when I leave from here, I will truly walk only the path of goodness." Thus, that day ends. The next day, we see Nick walking leisurely in the city streets. Then his eyes fall on Kazana, who is sitting with his favorite magazine. He eagerly waits for every new issue. But this time, the article in the magazine was a bit strange. It was written about a scary child kidnapper seen at night, who was called the Kidnapper. People said that this man could jump with speed like flying in the air, as if he were a ghost. Nick smiles reading this and tells Kazana not to believe everything in the magazine. Sometimes they write false news to attract people. But Kazana says seriously this time that this magazine is famous and publishes only true stories. Then, while both are talking about the kidnapper, a journalist appears before them. Her name is Olivia. Olivia tells them that she also knows about this man. Nick jokingly says to Kazana, "See, I told you the magazine story might be true." Olivia greets Nick lovingly and introduces herself that she is also a journalist and an adventurer. Olivia tells them that she has already heard about their team, survivors, and there is a lot of talk about their achievements in the guild bar. Then she also says that she has to go now. But if they ever need her, she will be easily found. Saying this, she waves, smiles, and leaves from there. After that, the scene shifts to a gambling hall, where the team is sitting. There, a player loses money angrily and runs out. But as soon as he goes out, he sees people running inside backwards and shouting that a monster is coming. And then Luna enters there in his transformed form. Guards try to stop him, but Luna tells them, "Step aside. I don't want to harm anyone." Kamzor and tells the guard that he is here only for Nick. He says, "I only want Nick. And I will take him with me peacefully because Nick is the person who has the power of the Sword of Light daily. but the guards stop him and say he cannot go further. Hearing this, Luna charges at them angrily, and in one attack lifts and throws all the guards. Then he remembers the words of that evil sword that always kept saying something in his ear. That sword used to tell him, "Merge with me. You will get unstoppable power, like a legend." And that evil sword had also told Luna that you have to defeat the person who uses the Sword of Flight, and that was none other than Nick. After that, Luna goes to Tiana angrily and shouts at her, asking, "Are you part of that dog Nick's team?" He threatens Tiana, "Tell me, where is Nick? Otherwise, I will kill you right here." Tiana trembles with fear and says she has nothing to do with him. She just tries to buy time so that Nick gets some time because Tiana had understood that Luna is far more powerful than Nick. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Nick is standing with Kazana and sees that people around are running away panicked. Nick immediately understands that a monster must have arrived here. So without wasting time, he runs out from there to save everyone. There, Luna is threatening to kill Tiana. All the good moments spent with Nick come to Tiana's mind, and she resolves that no matter what happens, she will not tell Nick's location to Luna. Tiana throws a laughing gas-like thing in front of him to confuse him. She says, "I hate Nick as much as you do, and if I knew where he is, I would have told you first." Then she keeps talking more. Says we both are alike. Both of us have lost trust in humanity. And suddenly, in the same breath, Tiana picks up a lighting device and hits Luna on the head with full force. Luna screams in pain and faints right there. Tiana's move was very clever. She immediately runs to try to warn Nick. But Luna was not one to give up so easily. He regains consciousness quickly, lifts a big table, and throws it at Tiana with full force, knocking her to the ground. Tiana screams loudly in pain. Luna comes near her and says, "Whatever is happening is all your fault." Poor Tiana calls for help in a faint voice, but no one is there to help her. Then we see that Luna stands over her and takes out his sword to make a final attack. At the last second, Nick arrives there. He steps forward with absolutely calm steps and says, "You should have called me first." Then he looks at Luna and says, "Now get ready. Your end has come now." Different confidence is emanating from Nick's voice. Then both the sacred sword and the evil sword start speaking together. Their words make it absolutely clear that both swords have clashed many times in the past. The evil sword tells the sacred sword to back off, or you will be destroyed. But the sacred sword replies that today is not the day of our destruction, but of a test. Hearing this, Luna laughs and tells Nick to back off, or he will kill him right there too. But Nick doesn't listen to anyone. He just keeps moving forward with determination. Then suddenly the evil sword completely fuses with Luna, and a scary red light emanates from his body. The entire ground starts shaking violently, as if a big storm has started between them. Then Luna makes an explosive attack on Nick, with such force that anyone would get scared seeing it. But Nick barely dodges that attack. Then, he combines the power of Tiana and the Sword of Light. The combined power of the three moves towards Luna with tremendous energy, and they attack him with full intensity. But it has no effect on Luna at all. Tiana immediately calls her ice spirits and tries to freeze him. But Luna easily breaks those spirits and then, filled with anger, runs outside. There he starts destroying everything coming in his way. Because of his anger, many people get injured. But Luna doesn't stop at all. Nick and Tiana don't want to give him even a moment's respite. They create a big wall of ice panels around him again. Then the evil sword asks in a terrifying voice, "Will you surrender now?" But Luna remains completely silent. Only blind rage is filled in his eyes. Before Luna can move, a sharp ice panel pierces straight into Luna's body, because of which his blood starts flowing. The evil sword incites him further. Humans are liars. They left you in jail, kept waiting for you to die. Don't forget how much they hated you. Pour all your anger on them. Hearing these words, Luna's eyes start filling with red rage. He roars, because of which the entire ice wall shatters. Then he runs towards them like a mad animal. But Nick, Tiana, and their team were not ones to give up. Tiana immediately casts all the magical playing cards she had around her. These cards were such that they could even cancel magic. As soon as these cards touch Luna, The power of the evil sword stops, and he freezes there. Tiana smiles and tells Nick that these blank cards really saved us, and she never thought they would become the means of survival that day. Then the prison guards arrive and capture Luna again and take him back to his cell. He sits there quietly. There was sadness in his eyes, and old memories come to his mind, like how many people betrayed him who once trusted him. Suddenly, Nick enters the prison cell. He tells Luna that he hasn't come to joke, but to tell him that there is still a lot of kindness hidden in his heart. Nick tells him that he too has had many battles like Luna's, but he never gave up. He says that he too chooses the path of good. He does what gives peace to his heart, and tells Luna that he should do the same. Walk on this path and believe that he will never regret it. Nick says further that when Luna leaves from here, he should start a new life. And one day he will pray for him to let go of his past pain and find peace. Luna becomes very emotional hearing his words. He tells Nick, "You are absolutely right, and when I leave from here, I will truly walk only the path of goodness." Thus, that day ends. The next day, we see Nick walking leisurely in the city streets. Then his eyes fall on Kazana, who is sitting with his favorite magazine. He eagerly waits for every new issue. But this time, the article in the magazine was a bit strange. It was written about a scary child kidnapper seen at night, who was called the Kidnapper. People said that this man could jump with speed like flying in the air, as if he were a ghost. Nick smiles reading this and tells Kazana not to believe everything in the magazine. Sometimes they write false news to attract people. But Kazana says seriously this time that this magazine is famous and publishes only true stories. Then, while both are talking about the kidnapper, a journalist appears before them. Her name is Olivia. Olivia tells them that she also knows about this man. Nick jokingly says to Kazana, "See, I told you the magazine story might be true." Olivia greets Nick lovingly and introduces herself that she is also a journalist and an adventurer. Olivia tells them that she has already heard about their team, survivors, and there is a lot of talk about their achievements in the guild bar. Then she also says that she has to go now. But if they ever need her, she will be easily found. Saying this, she waves, smiles, and leaves from there. He tells that he suspects a journalist because he saw her strange behavior and some different things, because of which he became more and more suspicious of that journalist day by day. Nick stops immediately hearing this and says, "If it's that strange behaving journalist, then it can only be Olivia." Hearing just this, everyone takes that man straight to the guild, and there they get their reward. They had earned a full 300,000 coins, and Tiana also won her bet, because of which the bald man has to give her 500 coins. Everyone is very happy seeing such a big reward, but Nick's attention is not on the money at all. Only one thing is running in Nick's mind, the secret of the kidnapper. He looks around. Then his eyes fall on Olivia sitting nearby. Nick tells his friends that perhaps she might be the person we are all looking for. His friends ask, "Are you sure?" Nick says, "I'm not sure, but I have to confirm this myself." Then Nick goes to Olivia with a slight smile and tells her, "I often see you giving sweets to children." And he says, "Do you know that this is the same trick the kidnapper uses to fool children?" Nick, looking into her eyes, says, "Every clue points directly at you." Hearing this, Olivia freezes completely. Tension becomes clearly visible on her face. But then, without any warning, she jumps loudly and disappears from there at such high speed that everyone is stunned seeing it. Nick standing there is shocked and thinks, now it's confirmed she is the kidnapper. He was just coming outside his shop. Then a strong lady enters the room. She asks, "Are you people the team that everyone calls survivors?" Then she tells that she is grateful to them for saving her daughter Reina. After that, she says, "You people couldn't easily face the kidnapper because he is more powerful than you think. He has the power of invisibility, because of which he can attack anyone while hiding." She tells that she was formerly part of the Knights of the Sun, but left that group to find her daughter's kidnapper. Since then, she has been collecting information about that kidnapper alone. But when she confronted him, she was badly defeated. Nick listens to her words carefully and says, "Thanks for telling as much as you did." He tells Reina's mother that we will train until we become even stronger than that kidnapper. That, the three sit together and start making a plan. Nick says we have to catch him as soon as possible. But how to stop his invisibility magic? This is the biggest problem. Then Reina's mother takes out a small device that looks like a pen. She says, "Hold this in your hand and say legend, and focus on that word. Nick tries it, and a small candle-like flame comes out from the pen's tip. Nick says a little jokingly, "That's it?" Reina's mother smiles and says that when this device is in her hand, its fire fills the entire room, and then she tells both of them that from today, your training responsibility is mine. I will train you day and night without any mercy until you become capable of facing that kidnapper. And that's exactly what happens. Reina's mother starts giving them hardcore training day and night without stopping. The team endures her heart training without tiring, without complaining. With each day, they were becoming stronger and sharper. Then one day, a small girl is walking alone. Suddenly, the kidnapper appears there and catches her. He has absolutely no idea that Kazana and the team are hiding nearby sitting. As soon as the moment comes, Jem steps forward and says to that ghost teasingly, "Now the time has come to meet Nick." Hearing this, the ghost immediately flies away without saying anything and disappears from there in a second. Nick immediately understands that this is not Olivia, because this person's body structure was taller and weirder than Olivia's. Kazana says that this person was using multiple spells at the same time, and this work can only be done by a high-level expert who has massive magical energy. For a normal human like Olivia, this is not possible at all. Confusion spreads within the team. Nick was also confused like all of them, not sure at all what the next step should be. To clear this confusion, Nick decides to go to the prison and meet Luna. Perhaps he has some information that will clear all doubts. In the prison, Nick sees that Luna is in absolutely fine condition, and they talk openly about their mission. Then Luna tells Nick that he has to give him some information that can change everything. Luna tells Nick a very important thing. He says that the kidnapper depends on illusion and invisibility magic. And there is only one way to break this magic, saying the caster's real name. As soon as his true name is spoken, the entire illusion breaks. Luna tells that this is an old and proven technique. Hearing this, Nick gets a little comfort and feels that then Olivia cannot be their real target. Next day, Nick and his team are walking. Then suddenly, Olivia attacks them. She tries to strike Nick with magic repeatedly, but Nick blocks and dodges each attack with perfect timing. That comes in between and stops the fight. Then Olivia quickly explains the whole matter. She says that all the allegations on her were a misunderstanding. Another criminal used her name and put his crimes on her. She also convinces that she ran away before because she thought no one would believe her. And now she is standing before them to prove her innocence and help them catch the real culprit. Nick thinks for a moment and finally decides that Olivia can come with them. But on one condition. Now we must find and catch the real criminal at any cost. Continuing their mission, they reach a nearby village, where a girl died in a strange manner 2 days ago. No one knew the real reason for her death. Villagers were saying that this is the work of that same kidnapper. And the strangest thing was that all the fractures on that girl's face had completely disappeared. Nick checks the coffin carefully. After looking everywhere, he finds a bat-like gem under the girl's body. The team looks at each other, thinking what kind of gem this is and what connection it could have. Then it is revealed that this is a magic stone called the Gem of Illusion, using which a person can see illusions of their choice. Because of this power, that girl's facial features were erased. The team tells that they have broken such gems before too, and this gem is also very close to breaking now. If this gem breaks now, the girl's face will return to normal. But who killed her was still a mystery. Jem examines the girl's body more closely and tells everyone that he has found out the real cause of death. He says that the girl had been taking some toxic substances for a long time, because of which her body had started changing, and clear torture marks are also visible on her body, meaning some unknown person kidnapped that girl, locked her up, and performed dangerous experiments on her, and that's why she died. Jem tells everyone that there is only one person in this city who kidnaps children like this and tortures them. That same kidnapper? Jem says further that now I know exactly who he is. Hearing this, the group is shocked and asks, "How did you find out?" Jem directly points them towards the kidnapper's location. Nick, without wasting time, immediately goes to him and forcefully stops him right there. Nick keeps striking him repeatedly and shouts that you are the one who kidnaps children, perform dirty experiments on them, and infect them with dangerous diseases. As soon as Nick says his real name, Nagarva, the magic on him breaks, exactly as Luna had said. Then that man says in a trembling voice, trying to convince that he had no idea that Jem would recognize him because Jem himself is a priest. Then he confesses all the truth in front of everyone. Yes, he was the one who kidnapped children and performed all those horrible experiments them. Nick asks him angrily, "Why did you do this? What was the reason that you tortured these small children so mercilessly? Killed them?" Nick only wanted one answer so that his heart could get a little peace. Nagarva was standing sadly, but the next moment, he pounces on Nick angrily. Then a loud blast happens, and both fall down. The ceiling broke and scattered, and both fell straight to the lower floor of the building. As soon as they come down, the priest has fallen from all sides. Jem's team comes before him and says, "When you don't want to speak, we will tell." What happened was that once his daughter saw the dead body of that man on whom the priest was experimenting, that man was suffering from a dangerous disease. The daughter didn't know. She touched his blood, and that blood contained the infection for which no one had a cure. As soon as she touched the blood, the disease reached her. The villagers spread bad things about her without knowing anything. Everyone was saying bad things about her. Such words that are hard to even think about. Everyone thought it was her fault that she ruined her family's honor. But no one knew the real truth. That girl was cursed because of her father's sins. A father who only cared about his work, not his daughter. Hearing all this, Nagarva falls to the ground. Regret is clearly visible on his face. He says, crying that his daughter died and he couldn't save her. But the most pain was from the fact that people kept saying bad things about his daughter, kept ruining her name. Whereas that girl had the purest heart. Blinded by anger and pain, he thought the world should also feel the same trouble he endured. Therefore, he would pick up girls of his daughter's age, infect them with the same disease, and then wait for them to die. He says he is not proud of what he did. He admits that very big mistakes happened, and he ruined innocent lives. Nick tells him, "I can't even understand how a man can fall so low." It reminds him that they found another girl's corpse whom he had killed without mercy. It never occurred to him what that girl's father must have gone through when he took his daughter back lifeless, soaked in blood. Nick asks angrily, "Where did your humanity go? Would your daughter ever be proud of this work of yours? Are you really happy with your life?" Nagarva says slowly, "No, absolutely not. I regret a lot. I am ready to receive punishment for all my sins." He says that because he has now confessed everything, he wants to tell them who was always supporting him. Who was the one who put him on this path from the beginning? He turns to Jem and says, "How stupid I was. I should have understood earlier." But as his next words were about to come out, a red light beam pierces through the wall and hits his heart directly. His end happens right there. Everything around stops completely. A masked man was standing there. The very person responsible for all this. He tells Nagarva, "I came to save you. But now, when you are about to tell the truth, you must die." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Jem immediately runs to heal Nagarva, but the masked man knocks him unconscious with one blow. He says that now healing is of no use. His magic won't work at all. Karen and Tiana, filled with anger, attack him with full power. But the masked man throws both of them away one by one, as if their strength is nothing before him. Jem gets up again and goes to Nagarva, and Nagarva tells him to heal his friends first because his time is now over. Jem looks back and sees his companions lying completely injured. The masked man is about to finish Nick. Then suddenly, Olivia arrives there. She attacks so powerfully that the entire room shakes. Yes, she had arrived. The very one who could stand before him. The masked man attacked Olivia with his sword too, but she was much faster than him. She keeps moving around him and lands 1, 2, 3 attacks, because of which his guard completely breaks. Olivia is fighting skillfully, but then she is shocked. The masked man heals himself in a second, absolutely without injury. Olivia can't believe it. Then Nick and Tiana combine their power and make a big attack. Olivia also joins in, but the masked man traps her inside a gravity vortex. She can't even move. Fighting was out of the question. The masked man takes advantage of this opportunity and attacks Nick directly, but Nick dodges the attack with unbelievable speed. Olivia uses her magic and comes out of the vortex and tries to attack him from a different angle, but she can't land a single hit. Nick, moving at high speed, suddenly appears before him and lands such a powerful blow that the masked man staggers back a step. This hit should have injured him, but his strength was so great that he stands up again, heals himself and says that he had underestimated them all. Phone goes dark. He says, "We will meet again because I can't leave you all alive now." Suddenly, the masked man runs away from there. He throws many bombs behind him, which explode in the entire area with a blast the next second. Nick and his team barely escape the blast at the very last moment. No one gets even a slight injury. Everyone immediately runs to the injured priest, and Jem immediately starts trying to save his life using healing magic. That man's vital organs were very badly damaged, and it was clearly visible that his end had come. Then Nagarva took a deep breath and told him to stop trying now. He said his time has come. Now he will finally meet his daughter, and he is leaving this world with that blood. He told everyone to leave from here and save your lives. Don't cry because of me, because I have taken many innocent lives in my life. Hearing these last words of his, everyone became emotional. They all left from there. Their hearts were very heavy. Sadness was clearly visible on their faces. Nick's companion told him to let it go. You did everything you could to save him. Now we can't do anything. Only this matters, that we stopped the kidnapper and ended his terror. But Olivia said that the matter is not over yet. She reminded everyone that there is still that diamond left who was controlling everything from behind. That masked man army is very dangerous. At the end of the anime, we see this even more clearly. Everyone understands that he is not going to stop and is about to cause even more destruction. Therefore, everyone decides that we must stop him. Otherwise, he will take more innocent lives. For now, friends, that's all. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.